Thanks for tuning in to High on Horror. I'm Drew.
And I'm John. This episode and every future episode is dedicated to all the horror hounds and smokers out there who want to expand their knowledge of the genre and have a good time.
Today's film we're reviewing is The Strangers Chapter 1. I remember that when the first Strangers came out, I was one of the only people who liked it. It was really disliked. And then a few years passed, and everyone caught on. And when everyone caught on, everyone started begging and crying for a sequel, and we got one. The Strangers Prey at Night a decade later.
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was fun, but to the most people, it was
Christina Hendricks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, to most people, they did not like it. It was a big disappointment. And I remember back in the good old days when, what happened to the good old days when a movie sucked, and they would just keep on trucking along with the series, like RoboCop or Rambo. That's another hit or miss depending on the movie. Fuck, Halloween. They just kept on trucking. They'd pump out a bad sequel, but my bad, come back, here's another one. Here's part 5. Oh, my bad, here's part 6. Nowadays, if a movie sucks, you just fucking reboot it. Let's just start from scratch. And that's what this is. The Strangers Chapter 1 is the first film in a reboot trilogy, but this time we have Renny Harlin, the director of A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and Prison and Cliffhanger on board to bring new life to The Strangers. Stick around to hear our review. All that and more today on High on Horror. Interviews, reviews, and the latest news all rolled into one. You know how we're going to start off this episode with Strain Wreck, the segment of our show where we discuss what strain we're getting wrecked on. John, what's on the slab today, brother?
Got us another pre-roll, this time from Live Well. It's called Phantom Cookies. Got us a 1 gram blunt here. I'm too blind. THC's 23%. And always from Leafly here. Phantom Cookies, also known as Phantom Cookie with no S, is a sativa-dominant hybrid strain from Northern California that crosses a flavorful cherry pie with a resin-heavy Granddaddy Purple.
Okay.
I like me some Granddaddy Purps. Green and purple hues weave through the buds beneath a crystalline layer of trichomes, from which sprout Phantom Cookie's electric orange hairs. Its aroma is an intricate blend of earthiness and roasted nuts, accented by sweeter notes of grape and berry. Next comes the hybrid's crushing euphoria. I've never heard anybody saying, "Oh, this euphoria is so crushing," which shakes the mind awake with creativity and happiness. Damn, sound like going to be our best episode yet.
Yeah, right?
Increase the dose and the brain and body will be overcome with a relaxing haze that dulls nausea, stress, and pain while sharpening the appetite.
That's not good. It's fucking 2:28 in the morning. I don't need my appetite fucking sharpened right now.
Phantom Cookies will be ready to harvest outdoors at the beginning of October, but indoor growers will wait 8 to 9 weeks for buds to finish flowering. You'll feel uplifted, happy, and energetic. Negatives are dizzy, anxious, and paranoid. I got us some reviews here. These are mostly short ones. This one said, "Makes me feel like a fucking genius." "It's been a while since I've had weed this good." This next sentence was in all capitals. "Hot lava, it is fire," with the fire emoji and 3 exclamation points. "It took me to the moon within minutes, and I feel delicious." Incredible. I've never once said I feel delicious. Have you?
No.
So, said took me 15 minutes to walk from my garage to my couch and plug in my laptop. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. And with one negative review here, "This strain sucks. All you're left with is cotton mouth and a nasty strain taste as well. Wouldn't recommend."
Oh, wow. That's the polar opposite.
Yeah, that person was not a fan.
So okay. Well, we'll see what we're getting into. I mean, spoiler alert. We're high already because of the chocolate tie from the prior episode, because we're recording 2 episodes in a row, because that's what you do when you podcast. So I also think that's why you were having trouble reading the label earlier. I think you said your eyes are bad or you're blind. I don't think that's all of it. I think the time and everything else is weighing on us. But anyway, I wanted to get into this with you, John, because I know you'll love this news. I meant to bring this up last week. Night Dive Studios is going to release The Thing remastered digitally, the game, on PC via Steam, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and the Nintendo Switch later this year. That's how I'm buying it. I'm buying it on the Switch. Did you play the game? I played it back in high school.
I never played it. I would not get it on the Switch.
Really?
Yeah, graphically, it's going to be the less powered. I mean,
I don't know. My wife got the Harry Potter. I don't know about games like that. I guess you're the game guy. I'll listen to you. But my wife got the Hogwarts game, and it looks pretty good.
what I do is I just use my Steam Deck. With emulators now, I could download the game and upscale the quality to like 4K.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But I'm sure they'll probably have smoother textures. I've heard about it. I don't know if there's any media available from it, but I mean, I definitely want to check it out.
Well, that's funny you said that, because the Thing remastered will, according to Per Bloody Disgusting says, this update or remastered version of the Thing game will also support updated character models, textures, and animations with the implementation of advanced 3D rendering for updated lighting and atmospheric effects. Plus, it's in 4K resolution.
Okay.
So yeah.
Hopefully they don't charge $60 for it, but they probably will.
They probably will, and we're suckers and we're going to pay for it, you know. Especially because, I mean, it's funny. John Carpenter's The Thing. It has literally climbed. It's not even opinion. It's just facts that it's climbed the ranks of just in general being considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time. And its popularity is just fucking growing. It's not dying off. It's just getting more and more popular. So I think this is actually going to be successful, and they might get us a sequel, because we never got a sequel to the first game. So maybe this will get us a sequel to it.
Maybe this will hit better. But did you ever see the Joey Diaz when he talked to Joe Rogan about, he called it Susquehanna weed?
Yes.
And said how it was too fucking tight to hit? Yeah. I don't know if you see me over here fucking struggling with this thing. I've tried to light it like 3 times. You've heard me like pulling, and this is all that's like smoked of it.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Damn, looks like you just started it.
But you were talking about popularity of the thing growing.
Yeah.
I mean, look at my nephew. He's 17. I got him to watch it. Of all the horror movies I've had him watch, that's his favorite horror movie.
My wife has The Thing sweatpants from Fright Rags, so yeah.
It's funny because he was talking to me about movies and stuff, and he was saying that probably John Carpenter's his favorite director. I'm like, fine. I was like, we're teaching the next generation right. And then I was surprised to hear from, a kid his age is he said, I don't know. I just like older movies better. It seems like they made better movies back then. I was like, the pros. Then we got an whole discussion. I'm like, the people are just out of ideas at this point, it seems like.
He seems very wise.
Unless you listened to last week's episode about South Korea Ghost Story.
Well, actually, I think I might, now forgive me for being stupid and high all the time, but I probably have told you this, and I probably have said this on the podcast before, but I'm going to say it again because we're talking about it. The Transformers movie, the animated movie from the 80s, right? I believe it was from the 80s or early 90s. Shit, I grew up watching it. I don't even know. I believe I'm going to look it up right now because I should know this.
If I remember correctly, you told me this off air last week when we were recording.
It's not about the theme song.
Oh, okay.
It's about 1984. That's the 86. Okay, yeah, the movie's from 1986. So yes, late 80s. I have it on Blu-ray because I grew up watching it. I love that movie, and I put it on for my son. And granted, Abel has watched all the Michael Bay movies. He's watched all the live-action Michael Bay movies. He even watched Bumblebee. He loves them. He has toys from them. I let him solo. We're watching Halloween 2 right now. Sorry, the hot tub scene just came on.
My man, Bud.
So, shit. Almost lost my train of thought there.
You were saying Abel's watched all the Michael Bay ones.
Yes, he says to me, hey, after watching the animated movie, he goes, hey, Dad, can we watch Transformers? And this was a few days later. And I go, sure, bud. And I go to put on the Michael Bay one. And I'm like, going through 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, which one? And he goes, no, I want to watch the real Transformers movie. And I was like, which one's that? He goes, the new one, you got the animated one. And I was like, why do you say that's the real Transformers? And he goes, because I love it. That's just better. And I was like, all right, man, 6 years old and you get it. You get it, man. All right.
I was never big into Transformers.
Not even like the old school Transformers?
No, I don't. I might have had like a toy or two that was either like a hand-me-down toy or just like an aunt or uncle bought, You know, when they're like, I don't know what kids what's popular? I'll buy them that. I just never got into Transformers for some reason.
I thought they were fun. I always
The Michael Bay ones always look terrible to me, so I never watched them.
I liked the first two. But even liking them, I had to admit they were nothing but just explosion.
I mean, it's Michael Bay.
Yeah, that was it, but they were fun. But after that, it just, there's only so many movies I can take that.
The budget's coming out, dick swanging.
And on that, let's wrap this smoke sesh up and head into our review of The Strangers Chapter 1.
All right, so if you've seen The Strangers, I mean, you've basically seen this movie as well. So, Maya and her boyfriend Ryan are on a cross-country trip celebrating their 5th anniversary. They end up getting lost and stumble upon a creepy small town named Venus. The locals give off weird vibes, and then their car breaks down. They meet a mechanic named Rudy who says he'll fix their car the next morning, so they have no choice but to stay in an Airbnb. Which, for as redneck as this town is, it's kind of weird to have an Airbnb, I think.
Yeah, I won't, I'll leave it there. I'm like a dog on a leash right now. I'm waiting to get lit. Now's not my time. Go for it.
And like I said, if you've seen The Strangers, you basically seen this movie. That night, there's a frantic knocking at the door. A girl is looking for someone named Tamara, but Maya and Ryan have no clue who she is. Also, how is she completely in the dark and you can't see her face? I was telling my coworker about this. I'm like, there's light inside the house.
That should have shined
There's
on her face.
There's going to be at least some kind of shadow you can see. It's like, look, she looks like when you play a video game and the character ain't unlocked.
I agree. No, just because the light on the porch is out doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to fucking see her face.
Yeah, I mean, they have all the lights in the house
100%, on. Right.
Later, Ryan heads back to town on his motorcycle to get his inhaler from their car, leaving Maya alone. While he's gone, Maya starts getting stalked by this silent figure. They call it the Scarecrow. I just call him Baghead.
I always thought he was called the Guy. They used to call him the Guy, or now he's fucking Scarecrow, yeah.
Cillian Murphy was a better Scarecrow.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to argue that.
Whatever the name of the actor was from Wizard of Oz is also a
I don't know
Scarecrow.
his name, but him too, yeah.
This is totally unrelated. Real quick, I got to go on a wrestling tangent because I think you'll find this funny. So I was watching this show called Vice just started putting out Who Killed WCW.
Oh, shit, okay.
And Kevin Nash is talking, and he said, because him and Scott Hall were there before they came back as the Outsiders, as Big Diamond Stud. And Kevin Nash's character, I don't know if you remember this, Oz.
Seth Green?
No.
Wait, I just went Buffy, bro.
What?
Hold on.
Kevin Nash.
Bro, the fuck is that? What's this shit that we're
Phantom
smoking?
Cookies.
Fatal cookies. Phantom cookies or fatal cookies? I am tripping right now.
Phantom, like a ghost.
I thought it was Phantom, but I swear you just said fatal, and I'm like, wait, hold on. You said Oz, and I thought Seth Green from Buffy, bro. I'm sorry.
No,
yeah,
Kevin Nash, when he was in WCW, he was known as Oz.
I didn't know that.
And he came to the ring in an old
Kevin
man
Nash
mask.
like
He said, Dusty Rhodes, he's like, we're out one night. He's like, I guess he's on acid. And he goes, oh, you gonna be Oz, baby. And I said, that sounds good, but I can beat a wizard. Oz is a place. Oz is the geographic location.
Yeah,
and he was
enough.
like, I can be the wizard. And he was like, you gonna be Oz, baby. I'm like, okay, so I'm a geographic location.
It worked.
But since I mentioned Wizard of Oz, it made me think of that.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I didn't know that he was named Oz. That's a terrible name, but yeah.
Yeah, he came out in all green and stuff. It's terrible. Anyway, the power goes out and another creepy figure doll face appears, causing Maya to hide. I'm not going to comment on these because down here at the bottom I have the notes I typed as I was watching the movie. When Ryan gets back, he thinks it was all just a prank.
Yeah.
But then they find blood dripping from a dead chicken hanging on the chandelier. Also, before we get further, this is going to be spoilers. It's been out in theaters, 3 weeks?
And if you've seen the first movie, you've
if you've seen it, you've seen it.
So yeah, if we're spoiling something for you, it's because you haven't seen the original, and sorry about that. We're letting you know now.
Suddenly, Scarecrow attacks them, but then mysteriously leaves. They try to escape on a motorcycle, but Scarecrow blows it up. That one did get me. I did not expect to explode in motorcycle.
The Man in the Mask. That's what people called him. It was always the Man in the Mask. I don't know when the Scarecrow shit happened, but the Man in the Mask is what I always knew him as. Anyway, continue.
Jeez. Yeah, he blows it up. I lost my place in my notes. They barely escape through the house's crawl space, though Maya injures her hand on a nail, and then she could not shut the fuck up. I get you in pain, but you got 3 motherfuckers after you. Shut the fuck up. I hated these fucking people in this movie. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. That was good.
They reach a shed where Ryan finds a shotgun and he saves Maya from another attack. And then things take a little bit of a darker turn when Ryan accidentally shoots and kills the Airbnb owner, mistaking him for an attacker.
Dumbass.
He was so excited too. It was like Halloween 4 level of excitement when they thought they killed Michael, but it was Ted Hollister. They try to escape in the owner's vehicle, but they get rammed by the Scarecrow truck. That was another thing. I don't know why he just didn't keep trying. He didn't gave up attempting to even drive it. He got hit and was like, "Oh, can't drive." Anyway, Maya runs into the woods while Ryan is trapped by his injured leg. He can't follow. Maya's attempt to call 911 fails due to no service, but she's eventually discovered and knocked out by Dollface after stumbling upon a corpse. Meanwhile, Ryan tries to confront Pinup Girl, demanding to know where Maya is, but he gets knocked out by Scarecrow. Both wake up tied to a chair in the house. Ryan proposes to Maya, and she accepts. However, their happiness is short-lived as Ryan's fatally stabbed and chokes on his own blood. Even the same way from the original Strangers, if I remember correctly. Gets stabbed and then just kicked over.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, pretty heartless.
He chokes on his own blood. Maya, in despair, asks why they're being targeted, and the killers simply say, "Because you're here," which was also in the trailer, which was also in the original. Haven't heard that.
Well, the
line
original
before.
was because you were home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they changed it up slightly.
Oh, that's one of the 2 things they changed?
They changed a word.
Yeah.
a word.
Haven't heard that line before at all. She's then stabbed as well. Just as police sirens are heard, the killers flee. Miraculously, Maya survives and wakes up in a hospital bed, but the nightmare isn't over. Scarecrow's lying next to her, somehow in the hospital, unnoticed.
One thing I gotta ask real quick. Did he stab her in the pussy at the end? Did I see that right?
I don't know. One, that would require me to see it again.
I swear, it was quick. I was pretty sure
I thought
that's
it was
what
the
I thought
stomach,
about.
but that's fucked up.
It seemed pretty low for me. Yeah. I don't know if I saw that right. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, so I was by myself in the theater. So I had no problem taking my phone out and just openly taking notes as I was watching. But here's some notes I typed up while watching. Drew, feel free to jump in on any of these.
All right.
My first impression, I feel like I'm going to hate these people. And then after they almost had the car accident, I said, "Bro, can't breathe after having almost having an accident." I'm asthmatic, but goddamn,
weak.
Yeah, weak.
Just weak.
Oh, and then the mechanic dude, why is he all up against the glass? Bro, you ain't gotta be that close. He was super close for no reason.
Yeah, that was something that I didn't like, was that they just made everybody in the. Everything was very cliche. It was everything was mechanical and cliche. The little boys on the bikes were creepy for no reason. The mechanic was suspicious. This is not subtlety. This is not the subtlety that the Strangers is supposed to have. This is just automatically just making everybody redneck, white trash, suspicious pieces of shit.
Yeah. I felt like the movie was trying too hard to be meta in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Post garage scene. I said post garage scene. I don't have high hopes.
When they left the garage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I liked Emma Horvath as Shelley, the waitress.
Yeah.
She was about the only character I liked. I had a feeling she was going to turn out to be one of the killers.
I feel like she is. I feel like that's going to be something revealed in one of the sequels. I thought we were going to see that, but I thought the same thing. They focused on her a little too much. I guarantee you she's one of the 2 chicks.
My next line, going back to Ryan again. I really hope Ryan dies slowly. I hate this guy so much.
Listen. I hated the line delivery. Jeff and Maya had no chemistry. I didn't care for them or about them or what was going to happen to them, and I was 16 minutes into the movie. So I'm dead serious. That's a note that I took.
And they're the opposite of the original Strangers. That's the other thing they changed is they're actually a couple.
Right.
They're not recently broken up.
Correct. And that's that chemistry or that relationship and where their current standing was part of what made that situation and scenario so fucked up. And in this one, it's just a typical guy and girl stuck in an Airbnb. I mean, wasn't that the House of Wax premise, the remake of that? I mean, whatever. Yeah, keep going.
I will give credit to the scoring of the film. It's very suspenseful.
The score?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that.
I said, I called him Baghead. I said first time we see old Baghead creeping was done pretty well. And then I just said, come on, it's way too much.
Wait, like
the first time we saw him, like I think it was when she was playing the piano.
Okay,
he was just sitting behind.
Right.
I was
and
like,
when you said way too much, are you referring to the shower scene?
Just in general, that I feel like we just kept seeing him creep.
Because that's kind of what I was going to say is I was going to say that I had mentioned a second ago that it's not subtle at all. And it's not. In the first film, what worked so well was the simplicity. It's like Halloween. And that's how, and every sequel that tried to imitate it failed because they overcomplicate it. They don't understand that it was just simple. And the thing about The Strangers was that creep factor, how they just appear in your house and be quiet. They'd be quiet as a mouse, watching you, studying you before the attack. This movie beats you over the head. Instead of just letting something be scary, they just tried too hard and it's cringeworthy. Like it's just like the man in the mask or Scarecrow's that shower scene. He's not in the corner creeping. He's right up against the glass when she's showering, and the music's like, bah, 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 bah. This is not subtle. This is, hey, we're here. Look, be scared, haha. And it's terrible, man. This is the exact opposite of what worked about the original film, and the atmospheric horror is completely lost.
I don't know if this is an important note, but I said Maya looking good in that tank top.
Did you message me that when you were watching the movie? I didn't know that was in your notes. This bitch hiding, but she has the flashlight on her phone on. Did you notice that? Yeah, dude.
When she was in the closet, I was like, why is your fucking flashlight on?
Hold on a second. Look, please pause in your notes. I don't mean to cut you off, but we have to talk about this right now because I'm high and I'm going to lose my train of thought. And anybody listening to this podcast knows that this happens. Bro, the thing that got me, okay? Whoever, I'm not going to say whoever because we know who wrote it. They did not obviously ever smoke weed. Are we going to talk about how...
Oh, I have a thing in my notes.
Oh, you do have something?
It's very quick.
Then I will wait till we get to that. Okay. I'll wait till we get there.
I was going to say, when she's in the fucking closet, she's trying to hide. The fucking flashlight on her phone is on when she's in the closet.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and then you see that under the door, through the cracks.
And then the other one is when they bust in and then walk away. Oh, I think they left. Really? You think they fucking left? Yeah, because the next thing I had after that is I said, go to blame the weed. Ryan is not winning me over.
And the thing is, it fucking worked. And that's what I was telling coworkers when I saw it, right? I was telling my coworkers about it the next day. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that the people making this movie never actually like smoked weed because this... Dude, like this girl smokes just a joint by herself while she's waiting for her boyfriend to come back with some food and sees a girl like a foot in front of her wearing a creepy mask. Why am I talking like William Shatner right now? That was a total William Shatner moment. She sees somebody in her house wearing a creepy mask after having knocks on the door and hearing noises, sees this person from meter you away in a mask, and then her boyfriend comes home. And it's all like, hey, what's up? She's like, I saw somebody in the house. And he brings her over to like where she was standing and shows her a fucking clown painting on the wall. And he's like, did you smoke? And she's like, oh, I did. I guess I did. And then they kind of chuckle it off. And it's like, bro, like she just got gaslit. And like, how the fuck did that happen? Like look, I don't care if you've never smoked weed, but I'll tell you right now, smoking weed, unless it's like laced with something, it is not going to make you see shit. You're not going to mistake a painting on the wall from a person a foot in front of you wearing a mask. It's just that was one of the most ridiculous things about the movie that she actually went for. I would have been like, nah, bro. Like, no, this bitch was here. She was in the fucking house. That wasn't a fucking...
Was that Dollface, I think?
Yeah. That's I remember it as that.
Then the other part is I said, why would you think they left? In response to when he was after he busted, they're just fucking with us. They're just fucking with you? Like not.
Oh yeah, after like when they're
after
hiding,
he busts half the door down.
Yeah, and they're hiding in the bedroom, like behind the bed, and then
and then he just walks away. He's like, I think they left.
He's
what?
Just fucking with us. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then I think I don't know what this one was a response to exactly, but I said, Ryan just sitting there instead of going, Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know what part that was,
going with that one.
but it could apply to lots of stuff. Yeah, so that's the end of mine here. Rating, like I said, if you've seen the original, you've seen this, except done worse. I'm hoping the sequels are better, but we'll see. The only thing that made the film creepy to me is that I was alone in theaters. Other than that, I was sighing most of the time. I did like the score. That was good. Other than that, brother, I even tried to go in with the mindset of like, if I've never seen this, would I like it? Just tried to forget there was any other Strangers movies. With all that thrown together, a 2.3 out of 10.
Ugh. Well, they tried to go back to the vibe of the original, but it's a failed attempt and isn't scary at all. At least Pray at Night was fun. Like I mentioned in the intro, it wasn't good to me, but it was fun. And you had mentioned earlier, I had mentioned that had this in my notes for later. I was going to bring up that movie at least had Christina Hendricks in it. And I am in love with her. Even my wife knows that. Like that's okay. So even if it's like, even if she does die in the first half hour, shit, that's still a half hour of Christina Hendricks, right? So there was at least that going for it. So it's like, it wasn't fun. This movie, I mean, Chapter 1 isn't fun. Pray at Night at least had that. It at least had somebody decent looking to look at, as perverted as that sounds.
Maya in that tank top.
I feel like Rennie Harlan took his. I feel like he intentionally did this, but it backfired. I feel like he wanted to take his time with this one to set up the next two movies, but the problem is he just dragged it out. It just takes too long to get going. And I hope that the sequels find the ground beneath their feet, because this one could not find its footing. This movie is number one bullshit, as Habib would say. And then after all that, you get hit with a literal to be continued. I was like, man, it didn't even work for the Matrix when they did that for the Matrix Reloaded.
Oh yeah, because everybody knew the third one was coming out.
Yeah, they didn't even the to be continued on that one got people like, oh man, fuck that. So you can't hit them with a half remake, half attempt slasher. Somebody called this the Tubi Strangers remake, and I could kind of see that. Come on, man! I'm gonna give it a 4. I don't think 2. I think 2.3 is a little harsh, but still, this 4 is like I'm never gonna. I'm gonna watch it one more time, because when it comes out to stream somewhere where I don't have to pay for it, I know my wife's gonna want to watch it, and that's it for me. I don't plan to ever watch it again. Unless 2 and 3 kick ass, and then I kind of have to, like the reverse Halloween ends, right? Like the reverse Halloween trilogy.
We can hope.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks to all the horror hounds and smokers out there for tuning in. And to be determined. We'll tell you a movie. It might not always be that, but FNAF.
Yep.
Five Nights at Freddy's, finally getting around to that. I think that's been our new Exorcist that's got moved around a bunch, ain't it?
Well, we keep planning and everything's ready to go, but then we keep getting hit with IFCs. Like, oh, hey, here, review
In a Violent Nature.
And then Shudder's like, hey, could you do Exuma? And then we're like, all right. And then it's like, shit, now this keeps getting. That's why things are getting pushed back. It's not us having personal issues. Now we're just kind of, our schedule's getting shifted around because of more movies coming out.
But follow us online, High on Horror 420, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, High on Horror 420 at gmail.com. Send them PPA questions in, and check out the website, highonhorror.com. I guess that'll about wrap her up. Catch you later.
Hit those like and subscribe buttons on your way out. See you next week.